when we talk about this market shift and this increasing demand and expectation from consumers to get self-serve resolutions, and we look at legal, like there is this hesitancy among law firms to try some sort of AI powered solution for some aspect of intake. And I kind of get that, right? Like intake is a very important thing. And I'm just curious, like where you've seen that hesitation come from, maybe what bad experiences you've seen and how you saw Superpanel as different to that, given your exposure to all that on the law firm side.
Yeah, so usually when law firms approach me, it's because they're interested in, automating in some capacity. So they already have this idea in their head that they want to modernize, they want to make their process better, and a lot of times they don't know where to turn, or they have tried AI and they got burned by it. And actually, before finding you guys at my most recent company, we did try a different couple AI products, and it was just a completely different experience. So I understand where this hesitancy is coming from people who have tried AI and they were left kind of in the dust of not sure, like they felt like they spent money and they created a bigger issue. Um, I won't name companies, but some of the experiences we had with these very actually well-known AI companies is they provide you with their product and they give you these very impressive promises, and then they kind of, you have a couple onboarding meetings and then you're off on your own and you're chasing the problems. You end up in their systems back end a lot trying to fix the issues, and it just becomes incredibly overwhelming. I think there were a couple people on my team who were spending maybe like 50% of their work week just chasing down these AI issues at one point and then trying to figure out logically what was happening and then how they can fix it because we weren't given back and forth support and, you know, um, talked through the transition process.
Right, right. What were examples of those problems? Is it like the AI doing things or saying things that it shouldn't, or like what was that?
Yeah, sometimes it was complete logical errors, where they were disqualifying qualified leads, or the biggest thing I saw was that some of these companies don't take the time to learn your process or to really get to know how you function on an everyday basis. And so they would do things very, very fast. And then we would eventually notice like our qualified lead count has gone way down. And then we would start hunting for the issue ourselves. I remember the most recent issue we had was someone from the company we were working with put the wrong qualifying criteria for us. And it was a complete typo. Like, uh, they must have tried to do something really fast and didn't, double check it. They put that the years we accept for vehicles for our lemon law firm was, I believe it was like 2020 to 2000 was what they put. So for a period of time, so many leads were just getting marked as unqualified, and we just created this massive, mess, and we were the ones who actually found the problem. If we hadn't brought it to them, they would have never, even noticed it. So it kind of became a system of that. We see the chatbot isn't working. We see um, text going out to unqualified leads, or we see qualified leads being marked as unqualified, and then us, reading through all the text, trying to take screenshots, trying to put it in a nice, pretty package, and then talking to the company and then waiting to hear back from them. And it was just, consuming a lot of our time.
Right, right. That makes sense. What, I guess, how was that experience different when you worked with Superpanel? Like what was different there that got to the success outcomes that you guys got to?
I think the fact that you were willing to sit down with me a couple of times and learn our everyday intake process, and then not just figure out how you can launch quickly and then kinda get out of there. You, learned what we were doing, and then you wanted to also prioritize making it easy for our intakers to use and to not disrupt their process. So that was definitely something that the other companies weren't doing. Um, I remember we were working on this automated task-based system, and you decide to, fit in there perfectly. And when you are ready for it to be escalated to an intaker or for the lead to be addressed, you followed that same um, task system. So the intakers, it didn't cause any disruption, it didn't cause alarm. Um, that was one large change. And then also the pilot plan that you guys have, that's different, where you're constantly checking on how the AI is doing. If there are errors, you're making sure that not only do they get fixed, but that the AI is learning from it. And then you're trying to reach a specific point where you can actually look at the data at a certain metric and say, okay, we're performing just as well as your intakers, if not better. So following us through to that point was very different, rather than just giving us the AI and then not worrying about figuring out this stable point we can reach. Um, that's what left us scrambling and having to figure out things for ourselves.